Vincent turns to Khan and assures him that he kept his promise. Khan declares Vincent as the winner of the True Swords Assembly, and preparations for the awarding ceremony are made. Vincent will receive a miracle stone as a reward. Raven's father becomes enraged, believing that Vincent used unfair tactics and borrowed the power of an apostle. The priest informs Khan that there is a problem with Raven's arm, and it cannot be reattached. Raven's father refuses to accept that his son will have to live with only one arm, blaming the priests for their inability to heal him. The injury is unlike anything they have seen before, and it appears that Raven was cut by something that the priest's divine powers cannot handle. Urgency was emphasized, as even a high priest may not be able to fix the situation in time. Raven's father strengthens the theory that Vincent used underhanded tactics. Vincent seeks permission from Khan to respond to the accusations, and Khan grants it. Vincent points out that the assembly of the true swords took place in the presence of the patriarch, therefore making all proceedings approved with the patriarch's authority. The patriarch authorized Vincent as the final winner, and Charles, Raven's father, directly challenges the patriarch's authority with his words. Vincent orders Zeron from the White Swords unit to arrest Charles for publicly mocking the patriarch's authority. Zeron carries out the arrest, and the patriarch intervenes to remind Charles that he is indebted to Vincent, as without Vincent's presence, Charles would have faced family sanctions. Khan decides to let the situation pass, but warns Charles not to speak out again. Julian appears pleased, as being praised by the patriarch is a valuable experience. However, the focus returns to Raven, as his right arm is in danger of being permanently lost. Julian suggests an intervention that could potentially favor their side. Vincent asks the priest if the miracle stone can be used to fix Raven's arm, since Vincent was the one who severed it. The patriarch, Khan, agrees. Raven approaches Charles and uses a sword to free him, but it comes at a cost of an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, as Raven's right arm will need to be replaced with someone else's right arm. Vincent reflects on Charles' willingness to sacrifice his own arm for his son, despite his previous behavior. Charles agrees to sacrifice his right arm, demonstrating his love for his son. Just as Charles was about to amputate his arm, Zeron intervenes under Vincent's orders to prevent Charles from proceeding. Vincent expresses to Charles that he hopes he will use his courage for more worthwhile endeavors in the future. With that settled, Khan hands over the miracle stone to Vincent, who promptly hands it to the priest. The priest begins using the stone in hopes of miraculously healing Raven's arm. Within seconds, Raven's arm is restored, thanks to Julian's suggestion. It is unfortunate, however, as the miracle stone could have been used for another purpose, such as quenching the thirst of the heavenly exoskeleton. Meanwhile, in the background, Wilson listens attentively, impressed by Vincent's greatness. He recalls their earlier conversation and finally decides to pledge complete loyalty to Vincent. Next, the priest named Dallin pays a visit to Vincent. Dallin, a worshipper of Gaia, expresses his gratitude to Vincent for the previous matter and surprisingly returns the miracle stone to him. Dallin explains that his purpose as a priest is to uplift and bring happiness to those who suffer. He admires how Vincent valued a human life over the miracle stone and willingly gave it up. Vincent humbly tells Dallin that he didn't do anything special, but Dallin believes accepting the stone back is the proper way to show respect. In addition to the miracle stone, Dallin presents Vincent with a card in case he ever needs assistance from the temple. It is revealed that Dallin has become a second-class priest, though this information is not yet public. Julian is surprised by this revelation, as being a second-class priest grants unlimited treatment and free access to the staff. The card further emphasizes that they should treat him like a second-class priest. However, Vincent is unaware of the meaning behind being a second-class priest. Dallin bids farewell, and Julian is delighted because they now have something even better than Wilson. Julian struggles to express his praise. Shifting the focus, it is mentioned that Father usually dines alone, but there was a time when he invited one of the Adinka family members, specifically the second daughter, Dea, to join him after the assembly of the True Swords. Dea had an impressive victory in the assembly. The point being made is that there is a 50% chance that a similar event will occur with Vincent that night, even though his body feels stiff. Despite uncertainty, Vincent begins preparing himself for the dinner. Moments later, Wilson enters and informs Vincent that Boss Khan has invited him to dinner, just as Vincent had anticipated. On the way to dinner, Vincent encounters his stepmother, Versa Highland, who congratulates him on his competition win. Vincent's biological mother passed away after giving birth to him, and Versa, a formidable martial artist known as a giant in her prime, now oversees matters related to the Adinka house. They both proceed to where Khan is waiting for them. The pressure exerted by Khan is so immense that Vincent struggles to breathe. The atmosphere feels unprecedented, indicating that his invitation must be a test for him. Vincent expresses to Khan that there is no need to purposely put pressure on him during a private meeting, as Khan should have expected him as a father figure rather than the head of the family. Khan acknowledges Vincent's observation and reveals that he has called him for two reasons. The first, to congratulate him on his victory and to address Charles' concerns. Versa, appearing intimidating, inspects Vincent as Khan asks her if there is a possibility that Vincent is an apostle. Versa responds that he does not seem to be one. Vincent experiences a dreadful sensation, likely due to Versa's unique ability to see through the truth. Khan asks Versa about the martial art technique Vincent uses, as he has not been able to associate an image with it. Versa explains that Vincent's ability is similar to the sword of the Hero King, Kajun Samian, who wielded his sword in unconventional ways and was believed to possess the power to subdue evil. Versa approaches Vincent and asks him to speak about how he learns swordplay that resembles Kajun's. Vincent realizes that it is Versa, not Khan, who is conducting this conversation and is being questioned about the origins of his martial arts. Julian desperately urges Vincent not to answer, as Versa can discern truth from lies with her eyes. If Vincent gives vague excuses, she will become suspicious. But what should Vincent do? Should he confess that he is not her son, but someone from 500 years ago? Julian offers to handle the situation, although he is afraid of being caught acting useless. Vincent reassures Julian and tells him that it is just one step to overcome his fears. Vincent will take the first step for him. He informs Versa that he has received a revelation, which immediately catches her attention, as receiving revelations without blessings is highly unusual. Julian had not informed Vincent about this, as he was acting suspiciously. Versa threatens to take him to the trial of the Holy Court. Julian asks Vincent to say the same thing as him, suggesting that if Versa finds him suspicious, she can verify with the temple. However, if Vincent is truly evil, wouldn't a priest with a rank 3 miracle stone be able to recognize him? The miracle stone had been given to Dalin by Versa, the same one Vincent received as a gift earlier. Using her eyes, Versa realizes that Vincent is not lying. She then asks him if he really learned swordplay through a revelation. Vincent admits that he has gained a lot through revelations, but not swordplay specifically. He mentions that he has always been able to understand the mysterious movements of the sword, but he had contemplated whether he should learn it. Despite the potential suspicion from others, he felt it would be cowardly not to take action. The truths of Julian and Vincent converge, revealing that only by facing each other's truths can they overcome the Samian family and fulfill the long mission of the Adenka family. Vincent wants to demonstrate his strength to the many family members, including Khan, as he believes it will lead to the right judgment. Khan strokes his chin, and Burson quickly recognizes that this gesture signifies satisfaction. Khan's decision is for Vincent to continue training in martial arts. Ursa informs Khan that she's certain he knows that Vincent's skill is similar to that of the Demon King, David. If Vincent were to use the Hero King's sword, the Samian family would cause a commotion and accuse them of theft. However, if he were to use the Great Demon King's sword instead, they would not need to say anything. Khan takes responsibility for this decision and advises Vincent to strive to improve himself and avoid causing trouble. Vincent understands that this is not a mere warning. It confirms the patriarch's decision and gains Versa's approval. Khan informs Vincent that he has achieved great results in the assembly of the true swords and will grant him something he desires. Vincent expresses his desire to become stronger, and Julian whispers to him to ask Khan for permission to access the family library, which is only allowed for 3-star martial artists. Khan asks if Vincent has managed to connect the ideas in his art, to which Vincent replies that he hasn't yet and would like to take this opportunity to act like a spoiled child. Khan agrees and allows Vincent to enter the lower library. Khan then instructs Vincent to give him the Crimson Lotus as a reward for fulfilling his promise. The Crimson Lotus is a sword Khan used in his youth to make a name for himself, and it holds great significance to the Adenka family's history.